Hey guys, and welcome to another Drawyah live stream, I guess. I mean, I've not actually done one in a little while, I do apologise. But, yeah, the release of Train Sim World Great Western Express, it looks like I do now have an opportunity to actually do something for once. So, yeah, that should be fairly exciting. Fingers crossed the game runs well, because I know sometimes in the past my stream can be a little bit off. Yes, I do apologise, stream is late. Stream is very late, I do apologise. But in a way I was waiting for this to install, then had dinner, and then kind of just had to get it all sorted out. So yeah, Northeast Corridor, New York. Let's get started, I guess. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about this DLC. I mean, I watched the stream yesterday, Dovetail Games. It doesn't look too bad. Didn't look too bad. I mean, fair enough, there's a few issues here and there, as you've had with a few Train Sim World stuff in the past. But yeah, it looks like we're getting somewhere with this DLC, and fingers crossed it's going to look decent. So I'll wait for this to load, and fingers crossed, 'cause again, I've not actually used DLC yet. I'm literally just loading it up for the first time. I'm going to go for the tutorial for sure. There's no way I'm doing this without the tutorial. So yeah, let's wait patiently for this thing to load. There we go. There we go. Amtrak ACS-64 introduction. Now, I don't believe there's announcements over this, no commentary. I believe I'll have to read the text for this one. At least that seems to be the case right now. So there you go, our first look at the train. So, train 623. Yeah, so this is an ACS-64 electric locomotive known as the Amtrak City Sprinter. It is used exclusively on the northeastern United States. Climb aboard to get started, and I can't move. WSD and arrow keys don't seem to work. That's odd. Unless like my controls are locked, I can't actually move, which is a slight problem. Keyboard controls should be WSD to move. Locomotive on foot. So there we go. We're walk forward WSD. There we go. Right, probably just locked in then. So we will go through the cab door in front of you. Got on board. And let's get started. So press the battery button for at least 5 seconds. One will assume it will be in the machine room in the back. I could be wrong. Again, I've got no experience in this train whatsoever. This is very much my first time actually using this. There we go. So hold that for 5 seconds. Battery will come alive. Next, head through the door on the right and down the corridor to the pantograph selector. So wait for the ability to allow me to click this door. And there we go. And down to the back, we can then go to the pantograph selector switch. So set that to rear. Use the mouse to look around. Pretty much simple as. Head back to the cab and climb to the engineer's seat when ready. So actually, yeah, one thing pointing out that this train does have like a fully created mechanics room, something that the Class 43 in Great Western Express was missing out on. So it's nice to see the extra room modded into the game. Sit down and then take this thing for a spin for the first time. So toggle the right mouse button, switch between mouse lock and mouse control. Pretty substandard that. Press the pantograph up button to connect with the overhead wires. So that one. Display's a little bit fuzzy, but hey. And then move the MCB into the closed position. So that. There we go. So that'll be like the what's it called? The circuit breaker, as we know in the I don't remember what it's called. The rapid transit routes. Welcome to stream, Goran. How you doing? Right, front headlights to on. To bright, stitch lights to on. Press the horn twice. I don't remember what button horn is. Press. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They'll probably tell me. So reverser set to forward. That's one. Set the automatic brake to release. So I'll assume it's that one, and then that'll be the throttle. Yes, it is. So release the automatic brake. And then finally, press the horn to notify that the locomotive is about to move. do this with 2 short blasts. Horn, I'll assume, is here. Yes, it is. We're actually rolling, and second horn didn't actually sound. Whatever. There you go. So good so far. So, good work so far. Apply the power to the master controller at least 40%. So I can just do this WASD. We're getting to see we aren't actually rolling. Reach speed of 40 miles per hour / 65 kilometers an hour. And off we go. Camera views 1 to 8 is the same. So you've got boom modes, train moving modes, free cam. Then 9 is map, which as you can see, it's okay, the map size, it's a little bit smaller than Great Western Express, from like Newark to New Rochelle. Am I saying that right? New Rochelle, New Rochelle. I do New Rochelle. So the whole length through is a bit shorter, but at the same time, if you look at all like the extension bits, they got your freight yard and that kind of stuff. The map is slightly bigger, so it's 35 miles in total, about 42 kilometers. So, yeah, it's not the worst in the world. I mean, fair enough, there's a few issues here and there. I think during the live stream yesterday, the number one thing everyone was talking about is the fact that the sounds in this DLC could be improved. But as a whole, it's not too bad. I'm not going to complain about it too much. Quickly adjust the screen size to make it a bit bigger for me. And there we go. Hopefully that still works for you. Yes, it does. Right, maintain a constant speed, set mouse controller back to idle. Again, give me the option to do it. Again, I wish there was like a voice or something. That would be quite nice. Mouse controller, you can also use D to decrease. So it's AD to go. A's to accelerate. Sorry, A's throttle forward. D's throttle back. W is reverse forward, S is reverse back, and use the automatic brake, which I believe is square brackets. No, okay, it's the colons and semicolon. So set to suppression, and here I'll start slowing down. So pretty simple, apparently. Let's take on a route, I guess. And for those who do watch my channel, every Monday will be the missions for this DLC pack. So there are 7 missions in total, which means for the next 7 weeks, Train Sim World will be featured on my channel. But how are you guys doing right now? I mean, I'm streaming live. Hope you get a few more comments later on, but at the end of the day, how are you guys doing? So take this base training now and apply it to further operations, and you will do great. Cool, time to throw me out into the world. Achievement unlocks NEC Day 1. Total 5,000 points. And there we go, now leveling up. Will I reach level 14? Yes, I will. Cool, let's continue. So, if we go to the main menu. Sure, no worries. I do recommend Train Sim World. It's a decent game, but it really depends like what kind of routes do you want to drive personally. So if you go for a service, take the ACS. So, right, here's where we get started. So this DLC comes with the Amtrak ACS-64, and it comes with a GP38 something. It's the freight train. Basically, on release, due to like the limited availability of it, there's no set schedules for the freight trains just yet. There are freight trains like sitting in a map, just like sitting there waiting for you to select them to drive around. But once there's like a fully done timetable, so they're about 50-60% of the way done, they said on the live stream yesterday, Dovetail Games. Once that's fully done, it'll be released into like a beta, which then will be like open to the public. And then once that's all set, they'll then put it onto the main branch. So they don't expect it to take too long. But for now, I think the ACS-64 is the main train we're all here to look at today. So if we do maybe just like one route the whole way down. Let's go from Boston to Washington DC, although we're limited to the New York bit in the middle. So if I start at, we'll start at Newark Liberty Airport, and then we'll end at Boston. So journey time is, I actually don't know. I don't know how long journey is, probably worth keeping an eye out on that. So for example, the Great Western Railway, if you did it with the express train, took you about half an hour, 1 hour in a stopping service. Again, I expect this one to be a little bit shorter, but by how much, I don't know yet. I think that's like the big proving thing for this DLC. So we are at the airport. Apparently it's our selected as a 2 AM train. Fair enough. Unlock doors on the right side. Do be aware that this train doesn't have like actually, you know what, I'd rather do it in daytime just for like the first actual journey for it. I do apologise. But the train doesn't have like your standard buttons within the cab for you to open and close doors. Usually that's done by someone in the train itself, the passenger compartment. The American version of a guard, I don't remember the name of. But yeah, they're the ones who normally control the doors back. Now I was doing a daytime service. Plenty of service I have to say for Amtrak. So Washington DC to Boston. Let's do that again, shall we? Alright, so that shouldn't take too long. And then we'll get started. There we go, that's much better. So if we unlock doors on the right side, and if I just go to the cab right now, so I'll show you what I mean. So in the front here, you've got yourself a little guard panel, and then with that, you can like open and close doors and control train from here. So this is how you really control train doors. I mean, you've got your standard like release here, and there's like one door at a time. And then just use the tab key in the actual train itself to open and close the doors. So without further ado, we'll sit down. Let's have a look at a bit of the environment as well. So we're at New York Liberty Airport, which means one thing I want to see is, do we have an airport? Is your game not downloading? Restart Steam. A few people have said that their game's not working. If you restart Steam, shut it down, reopen it, then most of the time it works. Cool, so got this part of the world here. I can see a control tower. Come on, how far to the airport can we go to? Don't think we can. Nope, it's just a control tower and a few bridges surrounding the area. And a few ambient car sounds in the background as well. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. Although I have noticed that, at least in the trailer, you could see like aircraft flying around heading towards JFK and LaGuardia, I believe is the other one in the area. Yes, it is. Need to make sure train's set up. So reverser sets to forward. Braking. This train doesn't have. Oh, it has an independent brake as well. So I've got both automatic and independent brake. Always useful. And then it'll just be normal controls to get the train going. And I believe the engine does start on. Which shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. Right, lock doors. And let's get going, I guess. Have I done something wrong? That released. Independent off. Alright, what am I doing wrong? Let me just set that to open, closed. There we go. Right, I'm not sure what I did. There we go. Right, train's coming into life now. Thought I'd broken it for a moment there. No, it's just a very slow startup. Right, so now making progress down the line. About 40% the game recommended in the first tutorial bits. And there we go. We're now at train 365. And let's see what outfit he's wearing now, actually, now that we're in New York. So it's just your standard grey shirts and black trousers. Bogstream Adam, how are you doing today? There's a button close doors. Yes, there is. Problem is, it's not in the actual train. At least you can't do it from the actual driver's cab. In the real world, which they have modded, can I actually open doors whilst moving? No, I can't. But basically, there's a little panel somewhere here. I'll show it to you at the next station, but a panel right here. You can just about see it in the door, in the window. That is how you open doors. There you go. So you've got the door controls here. So in reality, it's the person inside the cab, like the... Again, I forget the name of it, like the American version of a guard. They're the one who controls the doors, not the driver in the American train system in Amtrak. So, no. In the train, you have to use tab, unless you're in the passenger cab to control the doors manually. If someone can remind me what Americans call a guard as well, I would appreciate it. Right, so we've now gone a bit too fast. Oh no, is that... Whoops. Is that a brake as well? So if I press it... Set it to B. I don't know. I think it is. I think it is. It's just not a very effective brake. Another train over there. Yes, and then your ATC, your automatic train control. So behind me is a switch somewhere. I can turn that on. And basically, what it does is when you're over speeding, HEP, machine, ACES off. No, there you go, ATC on. The job of that is to warn you when you're going too fast, too slow. Problem is, I don't know how to clear it. So what I'm going to do is turn it off. Well, it's not marker lights, I want ATC off. And that's the bell, of course. When you press the horn in trains, also sets the bell off as well. Oh yes, and of course the lights. Nice to see that detail actually. I mean, that's a tiny little detail. Nice to see it in the simulator. Pantograph is up. Train's running not too bad. We're stationing 1.9 miles. One thing I don't know how this train performs in is braking, something I've never done before, bring it to a halt. So, there's a first time for everything, I guess. I mean, that can still go up to higher speed because of the fact that we still have plenty of room. It's like 70 mile per hour speed limit here. Cool, so if you now put that into braking, maximum braking, and a bit of automatic brake. Let's see how good this thing is at slowing down for a station. I mean, it looks alright. If I actually keep it on that brake for now, don't need it 100% just yet. The more I drive this train, the better I get at it, especially when I come to actually doing a series on this DLC and doing the missions, then things, fingers crossed, should be much more improved. So let's actually brake this thing again as we enter Newark Penn station. Yeah, let's put some actual braking on now, so... boy, what am I doing wrong? Boy, what have I done wrong? I don't actually know what happened there. For some reason my keyboard's just given up on actually doing it. I've probably done like some small rookie error on this. So when we stop at the station, it'll count. We'll unlock right doors. Release the brakes. Keep that at 100 for now. Just reset the power just in case I need to. The bell I can turn off somewhere. There we go. There we go. And again, try and turn on the ATC again. ATC is now on. And with that, I should then be able to now look at my speed properly. So if I go to the second carriage, so I promised I would. As you can see, you've got your train controls here. And here is how you control doors in the train. So you've got this panel here. So open left, close, open left this door, open right, and then left this door, right. Cool, so back in we go. Got a couple seconds left, so I can do one thing quickly. Now close doors. And then we should be able to go now. So let's go, I guess. And that's about 40%. And then we should be moving no problem. Perfect. So with Train Sim World's New York, one thing that a lot of people complained about was the fact that stations had no passengers on them whatsoever. So what Dovetail Games did is, for this DLC, across all maps, it basically just increases the number of passengers you get at each station. So I'm not sure how much of a noticeable difference it is, but there are now more people at each station, I guess, which is a welcome addition. And of course, you've got your not so fancy rear carriage on these American trains. So if we increase the throttle a tiny bit more now, let's carry on going. So if you guys have any questions about DLC or anything like questions about channel or anything like, just do let me know. Feel free to ask and I'm happy to answer anything I do know. They're going to try on the other track. And yeah, I realised we are still speeding. Probably because we've got to change track actually on points. Or not. I'm not sure how American speeds get defined. I mean, in the UK it's pretty substandard. You got speed limits basically standardised throughout the whole thing. The ATC is stuck at 100. In reality that should be changing to the speed limits unless it's like maximum track speed. Maximum authorised limit 100, so I'm sure that's working. I'm sure this is more like my knowledge to how American train systems work, which I don't actually have a clue about. There you go, so we can now increase throttle again. There you go, idle. And there you go, 60 miles per hour. Trains, it looks like it's doing decent, like keeping its speed up. So again, not sure if that's like how trains work in the real world, if it's keeping on idle, if it keeps its speed like this, but I assume, like, again, these American trains, they probably have some system like the backup keeping it going. So this is using Simograph, like Dovetail Games' own platform, talking about train dynamics. If I ever meet one of the developers at Dovetail Games behind Train Simulator, the one question I want to ask is, what is Simograph? Because that's actually one thing I don't know about, but would like an answer on for, like, what is Simograph and like what does it actually like do? So for example, a lot of people know that FSX has like a .air file, and that just has like standardized numbers, like what is top speed, what is stall speed, and then have nothing else that affecting it. I want to say Simograph is similar to that, but has more of like a dynamic aspects to it, but again, I don't know. If Dovetail developers watching this right now, please do let me know. Likewise, I'm going to hopefully see one of them on Saturday, so I'll ask him there. One thing I might point out as well is, yeah, if you guys see a little bit of lagging or stuttering, I don't. For some reason, Train Sim World seems to be a little bit laggier when encoding it, when recording it. Probably down to my CPU not being the greatest, but it looks like it's doing alright. Again, it's more like I'm actually doing the whole YouTube series thing on a Monday. It's when things start to get a bit more like interesting. But for now, 2 miles to the next station, Secaucus Junction. Back up to full throttle. And there we go, pretty much substandard. Go free cam again and actually look around the train properly. So, ooh, invisible wall there. Go for the horn. See New York in distance over there. At least is that the Empire State Building? I don't know. Woo, just on my speed is also way off the track limit there. I haven't seen any signage. So I do apologize if I'm speeding or like going mental. Bit of glitching going on there on the screen actually. I'll report that. I'm not sure if like how yeah, FX. Where is it? Display. No, it isn't. Controls. Where is it? I know what you're talking about. Where are you? I'm blind. I do apologise. VSync. It's not. There you go. Anti-aliasing FXAA. Yes, it should be on there already. So TAA is like super sorted, which actually isn't running a little bit slower on my system. Not too bad. Let me double check it's like that on the stream as well. If not, I'll turn it off again because it does look a lot better with that option turned on TAA as opposed to FXAA. Cool, I just realised there's a station coming up now actually, so I'm going to slow down as we enter Secaucus Junction. So maximum braking and automatic brake I have to do manually. Bell off. And just maximum brake it again because I don't know how to slow these trains down. I'm going to work my timing. That's like the number one thing. I need to work my timings with braking. Cool, so get to a halt again. Open doors. I'm not sure if we're early or not, so I'll double check timetable in a second. But as passengers get loaded on and off, let's just walk around, see what there is in the station, which doesn't look like much, to be fair. Another station over there. That's probably going to be a metro, New York subway. And over on this side, it's just parks and a few banners. Yeah, temporarily anti-aliasing. In fact, it seems to be running better. Streaming, yeah. This seems to be better now than it was before with FXAA. I'm not going to mess settings. That's something I'll just tweak in the my meeting time after this. So, pinch points. Let's go inside the cab quickly, have a look inside. So, one thing worth pointing out as well. So, this is first class. Sit in all the classes as well. Sit down. It's very, very airline-like, I have to say. The American trains do like try and treat themselves like an airline. So you got here, you then got the cafe next, and worth pointing out is that the actual cafe area here is all open, so you can see like inside it's got trays stuff. So I'm not sure if they'll I hope they do something similar to the Great Western Main Line with the Class 43 dining car, but unfortunately that we can't say. So if we now close these doors, open this door so I can actually get out, and then close this door, so be like a, again, it's not called a guards. What, Robert, you're American, what is it called, the guy who walks through the train and like make sure everyone's happy? It's not a conductor, is it? I doubt it, although I know for sure it's not a guard. That's what us in the UK call them. So 40% power to get off, and then bring it up again. And thank you very much, Sega fan, much appreciated. Which Gatwick Airport scenery would I recommend for X-Plane 11? Wait. If I were you, if you're getting Gatwick scenery for X-Plane, wait until UK 2000 releases something. Gary Simmons, the UK 2000 guy, he's now doing X-Plane stuff. If you wait for him to release UK 2000 Gatwick on X-Plane, I'm sure that will be like the best buy, nothing can beat it option. So if you wait a little bit longer, you'll soon get a decent thing. Is it called a steward in the US? Probably is. So yeah, it's a steward who controls the doors in the back panel. No worries, Sega fan, hope to see you again in the future. And yeah, turning up the anti-aliasing actually makes the simulator run a lot better, at least for me it has. And it looks 10 times better as well. Vlogstream Jason, how you doing today? So next station, that's it, conductor. That's the one I'm looking for. It's a train conductor who controls the doors and walks through the thing. Thank you very much, MBA. Right, here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Approach medium. I have no idea how that works, but it's let me get down to 45. So I'm slowing down to 45. Yeah, no worries, Clements. Like I said, even if it takes like a month or two, once he releases his, it's going to be like the best buy kind of thing. Like, #1, can't fail it. Right, at school, fair enough. If you're at school, what are you doing? Watch my stream. You should be studying and stuff. Right, so 45 miles per hour. I'll assume it's because we're on a curve right now. So we slow train down again. And then eventually, once our speed goes up again, we'll be able to speed up. So now entering New York Penn, which is underground. And one thing I do like about these this DLC is like just the way the tunnels look as well. So I saw it in the stream yesterday. I haven't actually been in the tunnel myself in this game, but stream yesterday, like you could just see how everything works. It looks like an old tunnel from, gosh, when these would have been like early 1900s. So in fact, let me turn my lights on. Ooh, it's very dark in here, and I don't know how to turn the cab lights. Yes, I do. Cab lights on, apparently. Okay, I'll look at how we turn the cab light on the next station. Let's just set this braking to idle. 2.6 to the next station. I hear another train just to my left, and somewhere in here. So braking. Somewhere's the lighting, and I don't know where it is because I am stupid. I should have turned it on earlier. There we go, right, so we've got ditch lights at least. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Headlights. And then cab lights, I'm not sure why they don't actually function, they should be. It's probably something, again, I'm missing out on, just obvious. Either way, as long as I can see where I'm heading. One thing I'm not the biggest fan of is how just like, how short this is ahead of me. You can still see the tunnel after that. That needs to be like extended a lot more, and just the white glow at the end of the tunnel needs to be ditched. The one like little criticism I have about lighting in this game. Yeah, old steam tunnel era tunnels. Cool, approaching. I need to go down to 35. I'm actually breaking the speed track limit anyway, going downhill. So I will set the braking. Cool. Ah, right. That's how braking works. Fair enough. That's useful. I need to know how that works. Try L. Yes, I've tried it L a few times. See, cab lights on. Doesn't actually do anything. Control L doesn't turn them off either. So I just don't know how that works. Pro reports Dovetail Games just at the end of the stream. Yeah, signals on stuff, and hopefully it'll extend to Boston and Washington DC. So I wouldn't mind seeing that as well. Hang on, how do you? There we go. I've gone way too slow there. Aren't tunnels lights supposed to reflect? Yes, they are. At least I believe that's how they work in the real world. Something that, again, I think that's more of a... Is it limitation to the engine? That's something I don't know the workaround. That's something you have to ask guys at Dovetail Games about. Any bugs you guys notice as well, do let me know, and I'm happy to report them to Matt or James or someone else at Dovetail Games. I'm sure they'd be quite interested to know about like different bugs and stuff I spot. I actually want the signal menu up as well, so I actually see what colour it is, because, yeah, speed limits I don't care about as such, but I do want to know how signals are, because again, I don't actually know how these routes work. Best YouTube that streams. Thank you very much for that, much appreciated. I'm glad you guys enjoy my stuff. The reason why I stream do YouTube is just for people to enjoy it. If people weren't enjoying it, I'd stop doing it, really. So that's apparently green signal. I don't know how signals work in the US, but it's apparently green. It looks very red to me, but hey, what do I know? Nothing is the answer, to be fair. Cool, no release, and add power. I do apologise, I'm still laying my way around these trains. Eventually I'll get a good balance. I know with the Rapid Transit DLC, the Talent 2, it took me a little while to work my way around and actually learn everything. So I can see I'm now a minute late. It's now 14:28. We should arrive at 14:27 at New York Penn. I'm still learning my way around these trains. And eventually, I'll get my way around this. yes, there are a few issues. So, for example, the horn is one thing I've personally pointed out. I'm not a fan of the horn. When I press the spacebar in a second, listen to how sharply it starts and how quickly it cuts off again when I release it. Just that for me is way too fast for a horn train. Something I'd like to work on. Yeah, check Google if you're stuck. I probably will do. Like I said, this is my first time actually on the DLC. I've been just doing the one training mission at the very start of this live stream. I mean, let me press the horn quickly. Just let you guys hear how quickly it starts, how quickly it ends. That's way too quick. I'll do it on the exterior view as well. The horn needs to be a lot slower at starting and a lot slower at ending. That's my one concern at this point. I mean, everything else, fair enough. That'll get sorted out eventually, but the horn, I would like to see improved soon. So if we now go to braking again. Again, we're doing way too slow. But because I don't know how these trains work, that's what I have to do. We're not close enough. No, it's TR1. Let's get a little bit closer, and then we'll stop. Oh, do you? Okay, that's quite interesting to know. So, NBA, what do you think about the route, actually? What do you say? Is it realistic? There are a few issues? I mean, if you ride this all the time, it would be quite interesting to know about your opinion about this DLC. If there are any issues you see in this. Cool, so full service, and now that should be close enough. Or not, have I broken the game? Well, I've now passed it. There we go, unlock right. So I'm guessing the full length of the train needs to be in the station before you can open the doors. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Jason. Much appreciated. I mean, I'm now about 4 minutes late, but I'm using this more of a... This one route I'm doing right now, I'm using more of like a learning experience. Once I know how these trains work, once I figure it all out, then I'm sure I'll be able to do something a lot better. So eventually as I get towards the end of the routes, hopefully things will start looking a lot nicer for me. I should go turn off that bell, because that's just going to be ringing now for the whole time when I'm stopped here. You do need to manually turn off the bell, so let me quickly do that. There you go, so now back to the passenger area. Like it better than mass transit. I'm not sure yet. I don't know much about the routes to say which one I prefer. I mean, rapid transit's a really nice DLC for this game, I have to say. I do like rapid transit. Is that a drinks dispenser next to the toilets? I personally would not drink out of that. I really wouldn't. But, is it lagging for you guys, stream? I hope it's not. It doesn't look too bad. But I remember when I did the rapid transit DLC, it was quite a low frame per second I was getting on that. But, as I was saying, like, I don't know. Like, rapid transit was a really nice DLC. The trains were great. The first electric unit. Again, thank you very much for that, Jason. Much appreciated. Again, people like you that keep me going, keep me streaming, keep me doing these daily videos. So, rapid transit again. Great DLC. Train's great. The route's great. Didn't have many issues with that one. This one, like I said, it's brand new. I've had it for about 50 minutes now, at most. And it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. I'm sure there'll be a fair few updates and bug fixes coming in the future. Actually, of course, at the back part, we can open the rear door. Then we have the little gangway barrier here, stopping people from walking out the back. If I do raise it, I'm then free to step off the train. Cool. Try and find a way back on, please. Want to get out of control? No, I don't. I'm about halfway through loading passengers, to be fair. There, passenger steps up. Ah, okay, so I can enter. Oh, that's neat. I don't think anyone's actually spoiled this yet. That's neat. I like that. I know in the US, a lot of these train, like, old stations, platforms basically don't exist. That's a nice little addition. Can I close the door on top of that as well? Yes, but it automatically raises that as well. I like that. Dovetail Games. Well played. Alright, let's close that door. Now let's head to the front of the train. Well, hopefully soon we'll be done loading passengers again. It's a very long loading job this, despite the fact the platform's now totally empty. I'm sure it's not frozen. I'm sure it's still moving very slowly. We'll carry on. Was it fictional? Are you telling me CSX Heavy Haul was fictional? I did not know that. I always thought it was a real route that. Through the sand patch grade. I did not know it was fictional. I'm actually I'm gonna look that up now at the end of the stream. Because I don't believe you there. I'm sure it's a real route. There's no way it was fictional. It's too well built for the for it to be fictional. I mean, fair enough. I haven't like played it too much, but back when I first got this game, which I won in a competition from Dovetail Games, again, thank you very much. These guys basically fund me. Nah, I've got a good connection with Dovetail Games. I do like them, and to my knowledge, they like me. For all I know, they could probably despise me and have like a dartboard in their office, but nah, I've never had an issue with those guys. That's all released. Yeah, I'm sure it's a real bit of route that. So passengers will now finish loading in a couple of seconds. So as I did before, let me control the doors how a real conductor would in the train. So it'll be closing left doors. And I'll sprint back to the cab and then I'll do it. Then I'll go back and drive the train. No ticket inspections from me today. So that's now very slowly. Finish off. Right about now. There we go. Closing doors. All doors are locked. Meaning I'm now set to go to New Rochelle at 14:56 and 16 miles. Okay, so this is now an express train throughout the centre of Germany. Germany. It's because I'm talking about rapid transit too much. Through the centre of New York. So 40%. Let's get this train going. And let's fill it to full throttle. Learn a bit more about training. Yes, I will do. Did I just do a Euro Truck Simulator video? Yes, I did. So today being Tuesday, normally I do Euro Truck Simulator on this day. I just realised I'm speeding. I should be at 23 miles per hour in this station bit. And let me slow the train down again, because... Man, right, I'm getting the keyboard messed up as well. Let me just keep my fingers on the right keys on the keyboard so I know what I'm doing. Right, so 40% gets it going. But I'm only going up to about 20 miles per hour. My maximum limit permitted speed is 45. But in this tunnel section, it looks like it's only about 10 miles per hour. What do I stream on? My specs should be in the description. Actually, I'm not sure if it's on my live stream. I know it's in my normal video descriptions. I don't know if I put it in my live stream ones. Let me double check that actually. Yes, I have. So it's Windows 10 Professionals, i7 1600K processor, 16 GB of RAM for GTX 745. The graphics card is lacking. Yes, I know. It is something I hope to get sorted in the near future. Something upgraded. But a little bit more power into this. I can get up to 50 miles per hour. There's another train there on the other tunnel. Probably waiting for me to get out because I'm super late now, don't forget. But fingers crossed, that doesn't mean I'm now not stopping any more stations along the way. I can speed across. I mean, like size, is there any more stations actually on this route? Or is it really only a 3-4 station route? The Agni Mountains of Pennsylvania and Maryland line was rebuilt by Baltimore High Railroad. Oh, okay. That goes back to gosh, I should know this. What's it called? The East to West Coast Railway in the US. I mean, it comes up a lot in my Railroads Tycoon Simulator I did on a Friday. What's it called? What is that railroad called? The big super like US across one. I don't remember the name of it. I should do. I do apologise. As you can tell, I'm not American. I mean, that's just fair enough, I can say. I'm not American. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. I do apologise, guys. Alright, is next signal red or green? 0.6 miles, it's yellow. Much appreciated, Jason. Alright, next signal is yellow. Now about 60 miles per hour, we are though going downhill. So a little bit of braking, just so that we don't overspeed. Yeah, because again, that signal to me is just 2 reds. It's reds to me. I need to know how. I don't know how. There we go. That's, okay, it's 2 reds and a yellow. I'll assume the little signal on top right is the one I'm actually mainly focusing on. And of course the cab lights still don't work, so that is something I will report to Dovetail Games after the stream ends, that the cab lights don't work. I mean, I saw it in the stream yesterday, Dovetail Games, so I know it does work. Just for some reason I can't access it myself. Do I have Train Simulator 2018? I do have Train Simulator 2018, and I do know there is a Northeast Corridor route from New York to Philadelphia, and I know there's also a separate Acela Express DLC as well, which has the Acela Express into the route, but it's not one I personally understand. Player train game that you do really understand. It is Train Sim World. I mean, fair enough, the Great Western Express I do fully get the idea of, the Great Western Main Line, because it's my local. Actually, no, I lie. My local main line is the Chiltern, but after that, it's going to be the Great Western Main Line in Class 166, which is the train I ride on a lot. Rapid Transit took me a little bit of getting used to, but eventually I learned it, understood it and all that. And eventually, I mean, fair enough, like I said, this is a live stream. I'm doing this for the very first time I've ever used this route before. The more I drive on it, the more my free time I put into it before I do my series. Eventually, I'll understand how everything works. Cool, so I'm now going to idle it, as I keep an eye on my speed, 61 miles per hour. I mean, for me, fair enough, it'd probably be quite good to actually catch up with time, bearing in mind I'm very late still. Yeah, and 40 miles now to the next station, New Rochelle, where this route will basically terminate, at least where I'll be changing driver. Don't lie, please. Don't lie about what, sorry, Jason? Who thinks Dovetail should make a North Jersey coastline for Train Sim World? Again, the US route is not one that I'm mainly going to be driving a lot. I realised that was a point there I should just slow down for. Eventually I'll figure out the slight routing and the changing tracks and the signalling and all that. Eventually I'll check it all out and eventually I'll know what I'm doing. Third button on the far left. Mouse controller. MCB, desk console light off. Okay, so that's a desk light. There we go. Right, so I'm not sure why the L key didn't work. Thanks for that, Robert. Appreciated. I don't need it anymore, but I know where that is now if we do enter another tunnel later. So it is there. I just can't press L. There you go. Press L. Doesn't work. Or it does now. I don't know. I don't know how this game works. The thing you just said the thing you just said, you said you lie. Oh no, I meant that as in like, I made a mistake, like, fair enough, that I said Great Western's my closest. No, I lie, it's Chiltern. That's just like a British way of saying, oh, my mistake, I made a mistake, my error, I do apologise. Yeah, don't worry, it's basically I just made a quick mix up, and then just the way I said it, I may have just confused him, I do apologise. Because for those who do watch my channel in the past, I do travel down to Maidenhead quite a few times. But anyways, how are you guys doing right now? Hope you're all enjoying the stream so far. If there's anything else I can do differently, do let me know. I'm going to try and make this as you orientated as possible, people watching the stream. Ooh, very empty coming up ahead. I'm sure the scenery will load in. That doesn't seem right to me. Ah, there's the bridge. I don't remember the bridge's name. That's, is it Hellraiser Bridge? Again, someone correct me. I believe it's called Hellraiser Bridge. I'm probably wrong with that one as well, like most things. And the fact that it's so empty is just because of the fact that the structures, the things holding you up is just a bit as just a render distance kind of thing. But hey, what can I say really? Alright, so now entering what I'm going to assume is Hellraiser Bridge. I'm probably wrong with that. I think I'm also going to try... Whilst I'm doing this DLC, there you go, Hellgate, it's not Hellraiser, thank you very much. Whilst I'm doing this route on the normal series kind of thing, I'm also going to spend a bit of time just learning the area as well, learning different parts of New York. So Newark to New Rochelle. I'm not sure where the hell, like, the central station is. And is this a road bridge? I believe it is. Yes, it is. This is a road bridge. Again, don't know the name of this one. But, there you go. We've now entered the bridge. Quite nice bit of scenery now, actually. I do like it. Very nicely detailed. I think this is like for this part of the route, like the main landmark for you to go through. Would be nice to actually get out of the train at some point. Maybe just like stop the train here, look around, walk around, get a feel for the area. Going way too fast. So slow train down again. And just manage that properly. 11 miles to go till we arrive at New Rochelle. About 10 minutes. Plus, however late we are, a few minutes of a delay as well. I mean, in train sim world, it's not too hard to get to a destination early. You just have to be like me, where you're speeding most of the time. Again, we're not slowing down very much. I'm just going to use the normal braking as well to just slow this thing down as much as possible. We'll then go back to, and a bit more braking still because we're going downhill. There we go. And yeah, keep it on max, and actually a little bit of automatic braking as well, just for the fact that we are going down so downhill. 1.2% gradient. It's quite steep actually for a train. Yeah, I do apologise, I'll be popping in and out a bit now, just sorting out a few things in the real world. Fortunately, we're a bit of stretch track where things are a bit more straighter, not too much going to deviate. There you go, yeah, like I said, Delta Games located in the UK, so I did have to learn a lot about the route as well in the country just to actually build this route. So I do give them credit for doing this. They're trying very well. Thank you very much for that. Again, I'm barely here. Thank you for subscribing, JC. I forgot to set that to a train. That should have been a train. I do apologise. But yeah, I'll be back in 2 seconds now. You go from Newark Airport, Newark Liberty Airport, to New Rochelle, outside of New York. Cool, I'm now back again. Add a bit more speed to the train. Wish travel from Washington DC to Boston. Again, in a long time we might see that whole route, but you never know. Thank you for subscribing, much appreciated. Now let's get this train back up to 60 miles per hour. Yeah, you guys can hear me, I do apologise. Fingers crossed it doesn't mean I'll be disappearing for too much more often. I need to actually print something out right now. A receipt from IKEA. And I'll do that whilst I'm driving. Train means 5 miles now to New Rochelle. Let's break down train again. Suppression. There we go. There we go, increase speed again. Again, just when the like different track speeds and all that come into account when things starts actually speeding up, slowing down again. So it's still 4 miles to New Rochelle. Shouldn't take us too long till we arrive. I wish I could do the whole new Northeast Corridor line. Grew up watching trains pass. Nothing stops you, I guess. Buy a train ticket. I mean, fair enough, in the US, train tickets are expensive, but yeah, buy a train ticket, take a day out. Wow, my internet is really slow right now. Broke some streaming. The bridge. If there's a train sim world New York subway, yes. What are the subways? So, for example, the London Underground one, number 3, probably my all-time favourite train simulator, because just the trains look good, the simulator works fantastic. I've never had an issue with the subways, one of my personal favourites. And I did a whole series on that as well, a little while ago. And all of a sudden, this simulator actually, the stream's really slowed down for you guys watching this, I do apologise. Again, most likely down to the fact that I'm doing stuff in the background now, trying to get to Outlook. So I can print something out from my emails. Another train just there. And very shortly, well, I mean, my times actually start slowing down and braking. Again, the reason we're lagging so much is because I'm doing stuff in the background, not because of the simulator itself. As soon as I print this out, things will be back to normal again. Where did I email him? Let's do a search for IKEA. There we go. The AM-7 that retired in 2016. Was the M really old train on these routes? Many years ago, I don't know. Right, woo. Not paying any attention to that. We're going to overshoot the station by miles because I'm dumb. But achievement city sprinter about past a red signal, so come to a failure. Because my inability to pay attention to what I'm doing right now. Because again, I'm doing stuff in the background, printing stuff off. Right, back to main menu. We'll do a different service, I guess. Maybe the return journey for when in the stream. Right, so back to services. ACS-64. Weather's fine. Let's pick a return journey. So, there's plenty of services I have to say all day. It's like every 5 minutes. So we'll do a Boston to Washington DC. Start. Let it load. And like I said, do the return journey. And fingers crossed, hopefully this time, stop in the right place. Don't remember if that's what I'm saying that they're a UK focused company. I mean, they're based in the UK, but I don't remember them saying they're UK focused. Alright, so let's open the doors. Unlock left. I'll let passengers start boarding now. So in a couple of moments we'll then close the doors and then continue our journey back to the Newark Airport. Dovetail Company Extension. I mean, I know they're in the UK and they've got a base in where are they? I know they've got one in Scotland, and they have 2 bases in the UK. I forget where they are though. They're on the East Coast. Somewhere on the East Coast, I know they've got 2 like places as well. So they're not just like one company office. They do have like some areas with a small bit of outreach, but nothing in the US just yet. And also not 100% sure if they are expanding or not. But either way, in a moment, get our return journey ready to go. Welcome to stream Neo PO3. How are you doing today? And doors close in about 5 seconds. There we go. Make sure brakes are released. With that, reverse her into forward. Sound the horn twice. And off we go to Newark Penn in about 16 miles. Why it says Washington DC to Boston, basically in the real world, trains from Washington DC to Boston because it's following the real world schedule, but because it doesn't do that whole journey in real life, unfortunately it can't, no, because this map's not long enough the whole journey, which is why I know in Amtrak they have like these driver changes every once in a while, so basically it's like a fictional driver change between New Rochelle and Newark. For example, if you look at the Great Western Main Line, you have like Paddington to Penzance, although because you can only go as far as Reading, you can only go as far as Reading, simple as. Right, so now that I have a feel for the train, fingers crossed the return journey should be a lot easier on me now. Amtrak HHP-8. Which one's the Acela Express? In fact, what's the other physics like? Because I know physics-wise, yeah, the carriage physics aren't too bad. But if you can't like derail a train, basically the reason you can't do that is because the companies behind this would hate you if you like spent the whole time derailing their Amtraks and Great Western Main Lines. There's like a little bit of a gap in the carriage as well. It's probably realistic, not gonna lie, but not expecting that for a carriage interchange. Yeah, the horn cutoff is terrible. It's just instant on, instant off. It's one thing that I've personally said that needs to be fixed, and I know a lot of people who watched the stream yesterday also commented on that needs rebuilding. Again, not freezing or anything, I'm just resizing the screen so it's easier on me. I'll train over there. And then we'll go up to 60 miles per hour. Well, then we'll get back to our normal cruising. And again, 15 miles to New York Penn, so a bit more of us cruising as you then go through the bridge again. I'm not scrolling up the chat to try and figure out what the name of that bridge is again. Hellgate Bridge. Yeah, straight train neutral, and that should be alright now. In fact, we can turn the lighting on as well, so I need that to be set to, no, not desk lights, that'll be useful later. Set the front lights to bright, and that's just to on. Perfect. We should now be cruising to New York Penn. Wogstream Junior Drost, how you doing today? Think Hell's Kitchen now. I'm thinking more Hellraiser when it comes to Hellgate. It's really hard to develop the game, so why not full length? If it's really hard to develop this game, so that's why it's not full length. Okay, so is it hard to develop the game? Yes. But this time, developed games are just limiting track length to make it like an easy workload on them. So I remember before the Great Western Main Line came out, there was like an interview where they said that, ooh, that tree's right in the middle of the track there. Let me try and catch that. Whoops. Okay, I'm probably lost it now because I can't move the camera. But they said that to build the map in Train Simulator XX TS18, it's 1 mile per day they can do it. With Train Sim World, it's 1 mile a week is the amount of detail they put into this, where it takes so much longer to build a shorter map. Again, thank you very much, ATK. Welcome, how are you doing today? So, yeah, it takes 1 week to do just 1 mile in this game, unlike Train Simulator 18 TSXX, which is 1 mile a day. Now let's just go on power. The Marias Pass or Horseshoe Curve. longer routes that we have for computers that we have now. To be fair, think of that from game developers' perspective. Do you really want to make a route that people can't run, that's hard for computers to run? That's a bad idea. Because all that means is that half people won't be able to use it, and people just complain about lag. And for some reason, I can't accelerate anymore. That's why. Okay, sorry, it's going neutral. Now, we should be able to accelerate. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Don't mind yeah, I mean, I don't mind it either. I mean, you've got a fair few routes now. You've got the CSX Heavy Haul, you've got Great Western, you've got Rapid Transit, S-Bahn, you've got this one now, New York. I mean, you've got a fair number of routes now. So if you spend more time doing longer routes, I personally wouldn't mind it myself. But at the end of the day, I'm not the developer, it's down to what they want. The Keystone Corridor from Harrisburg to Philadelphia. I mean, if there's a route I particularly want, something in Poland would be quite nice. The EP/EU07 from just anywhere really on the Polish intercity, maybe say Krakow to Katowice maybe. I mean, it's a bit of a longer route, but it'll be interesting. I think the train is one more here. Let's go back to idle. Can you do some of this as a passenger? Yes, I can. Once it gets to Newark Liberty Airport, I'll do a passenger run. We'll go for that. I mean, trains every 5 minutes, so it's not too bad. So after this, we'll do a passenger run, and then we'll end the stream there. We'll see. So brake released. Increased power. Again, speed's jumping from 60 to 75. So I think I'll just keep it at, say, neutral at this point. Again, due to the curvature in the track. Why it does have like a low speed limit. One of those kiddie trains, amusement parks DLC, is not basically the roller coaster workshop add-on for TSXX. You can use the little battery train for. You got a few cars on left there actually. A few CSX cars, CSX. But there's no loco at the end of it, so if I want to do a bit of a shunting thing later on, it's here for you. Just gotta go pick it up, I guess. Then increase speed again, up to 75. It's just frozen there for a second. That was the game. Not me for once. Oops, down to 60 again. What's my verdict for this route? To be totally honest, it's a bit on the shorter side, but it's not terrible. I would like to see a few improvements though. So for example, the sound, the one thing that I'm not the biggest fan of at all. Sounds need to be worked on in this DLC. I think that's the one thing that everybody can agree on. And I hope that Startale Games do listen to the community for this one. Sounds needs improving. What else do I say? I mean, the train modelling and detailing is alright, I guess. I mean, I can't complain about the detail of the train. It's high quality. If they made Soldier Summit, they'd be in the Steam era for the 4014 Big Boy. Steam Train, again, Steam Train is something that they have... Ooh, a bit of a glitch on the screen there. Steam Trains is something that they have said they want to work on at some point. They just don't know, like, where they're going to do it and, like, how it's going to work. But Steam Train is something that we're all interested in, I think. Right, so now on the, it's not quite a viaduct, but I'm going to call it a viaduct anyway. And there's Hellgate's Bridge in the distance. I mean, the map modelling, I guess, is decent. Thank you, whoops, thank you for subscribing, Gyro, much appreciated. The modelling's alright, I guess. I mean, it's not the biggest map in the world, and the actual New York bit is all underground, so you don't actually get to see much of it. other than for, say, a few buildings in just a distance. I can't complain. No, is that an aeroplane over there? Or am I just seeing things? I'm just seeing things. Graphics and realism in TS World something special. Yeah, the graphics in this simulator is decent. Again, that's down to the fact that this is part of the Unreal Engine. But graphically, it's impressive. It is impressive. Yeah, the sounds in Dovetail Games has not been great since the days of Kuju. If you remember Kuju, raise your hand if you do. In fact, I've got a copy of Microsoft Train Simulator sitting on my shelf right now. Thank you for subscribing, Trenton. Much appreciated. Again, I've got a train animated GIF. I've just forgotten to use it. What a really nice train one I wanted to use for this stream. I do apologise. Yeah, I've got an old copy of Microsoft Train Simulator on my shelf, installed on this computer as well. Bring back a few old memories, just driving the Acela Express down the Northeast Corridor from Washington to Philadelphia. But nah, it's not too bad, this. The one thing I want to see, like I said, is just longer maps. Longer maps is just my number one thing. EWW, not Kuju. Cool, here's Hellgate. And I train on the other track there. You remember, with services every 5 minutes, you're not going to miss a train. I'll check that in a second. Yeah, thank you for subscribing, Cyclone, much appreciated. Whoops. And then stop accelerating now as we start to head downhill. So I don't want to start overspeeding, which would cause issues for me. Hang on, I don't want independent brake on automatic brake. And that's the one that goes onto all the carriages. Snow textures, I don't know. I said I'd do passenger route afterwards. I'll do passenger route with the snow. There you go. Peso Pelli, much appreciated for following on Twitch. So I'll try snow textures when we do passenger route mode after this. Likewise, if there's anything else you guys want me to show you, just ask. I'm happy to do. Show and tell. You ask, I'll tell, and show. Still speeding. Yeah, Microsoft Train Simulator was also my first train simulator back in the days of, how old would I have been back then when I was actually playing it? It was before I started Flight Simulator. So, I would have been at least 5 or 6 years old even, actually. I mean, Microsoft Train Simulator probably was my first simulator, full stop. I mean, I had an old copy of, I think it was a Microsoft Combat Flight Simulator, the World War II one. That I got very vague memories of, I guess. But nothing in particular, really. I mean, yeah, now I'm getting more of a hang of a train. I do like that. And I've got more of an idea what I'm doing. And in 4.6 miles, we'll be at New York Penn Station. I believe we're still on time for that. Yeah, actually, we've been speeding a little bit, so we should be on time for that at least. Then once we get to New York Penn, it's like a 5-minute wait whilst we load passengers and stuff, so a little bit of waiting time before we go. I'll turn up there. Increase the throttle a tiny bit. Now it's gone up to 60 miles per hour speed limits. Have you fully explored the train? Yes, I've been to the engine room already. So back at the very start of the stream, when I did the tutorial, I did go to the engine room. How long was it? 3.5 miles. Let's have a quick look inside and out. So at the back, yes, at the back, you've got your like pantograph controls, isolation switches over here. So yeah, that's your pantograph up, and you can't control any of that stuff here. There you go, pantograph controls there. Your HEP selector, and that's the ones you can control at the back. And then at the front here, you've got your ATC, which I forgot to turn on again. I'll turn that on in a moment. There you got your ATC, you've got your alert system as well. You've got your machine room lights, turn those on as well if you wanted to. And there's a lot to explore in this train. Unfortunately, none of these switches over here work, at least not yet. But that, again, we'll look into later. The isolation switches and circuit breakers. Right, I'm going downhill now, so I do need to put some braking in. Which controls is this? This one. Yeah, a bit of braking. In fact, I do want to turn on the lighting. Cab light is on. That's too much. Let's go for a desk light. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted. So it's not completely blinding, but it's not too bright either to distract me. And again, as I've said in the previous videos and DLCs and stuff, I do want to see the tunnel-like darkness go further into the distance rather than just having a random light at the end of it. Fair enough, the lights inside are meant to reflect, but that's something I'm not sure if Dovetail Games can even do, part of the engine, part of the limitations of a game, to be fair. I mean, I know it's possible, but hey, what can I do really? Hopefully the searchlight simulations will be able to make packs for TSW. I think I'm doing it. I don't know who they are. I do apologise. Now, I'll probably Google them later, searchlights. I'll assume they're a simulator add-on pack group. I mean, I don't know. One thing I do know is that there's no SDK for this simulator just yet. There's nothing released. Potentially when we see the route editor out, will we see something. But at this point in time, nothing yet. How do you like the dock so far? The dock? Ah, right. Ah, DLC, I get it. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm not sure if it's a personal favourite yet, but I mean, it's, you know, it's Northeast Corridor. I mean, it looks good. It sounds alright, I guess. There's a few issues here and there, but I do hope that the games do fix them as well in the near future. So, like I said, sound's the one thing everybody's complaining about. The fact that every single person who's playing this is complaining about sound. Hopefully Delta Games will act on that. But at the end of the day, there's nothing really that stands out as like terrible yet. Yeah, it's 35 miles of drivable track from New Rochelle to Newark. Can you go for a run with the snow textures? Yes, I will. So once I finish this route to Newark, I'm going to do a passenger run, so I'll let someone else drive the train. We'll do a passenger run. Thank you for subscribing, Elijah. Much appreciated. I'll do a passenger run, where then I will be able to, whoops. No, turn off, whatever. Well, I'm doing the snow texture as well, so a little bit of an opportunity to like actually see what the snow's like in this simulator. Bit too much braking, I've just realised. Turn his lights off as well. Bit too bright for my liking. I'll try that. Oh, oh. That's what I said. Racing on 120 yards. Let me watch that back on the stream. I'm sure that said a red signal 120 yards. No. I did pass the red signal. Yes, I did. I'm an idiot. Okay. Whoops. Okay, I do apologise. Yes, I did run a red signal. Cool, in that case, let's try the snow textures out. Cool, so as promised, let's go for a snow route as a passenger. So go and continue. We'll start at... Do we start at the airport? Yeah, we'll start at the airport a little bit earlier on. Remember, it trains every 5 minutes. So half 3. We should get plenty of trains. There you go, a few trains in the background as we wait for the thing to load. Shouldn't take too long to load. And there, the DBBR... Again, I like this train. The DBBR 1442-2. Probably one of my favourite trains in simulators so far. Really nice route, really nice train. But at the moment, like I said, the main focus right now is the ACS-64. In the... woo, here we go. Steadily foggy, and snow textures do exist. It says it will load up. Train over there, I'm going to try and catch that one. But there are snow textures. No snow inside the waiting room was a good sign. But no, there are definitely snow textures in the simulator. There is, however, snow inside the roofed area here. Oh, no, there is no. It's just the fog. It's a very foggy thing right now. Anyways, we've got a train to board. As we enjoy the snow textures. So, train itself, not really that affected by snow. Okay, it kind of is. There are snow textures. Not very big, but there is snow. There you go, that's covered in snow as well. So it's decent. Does have show that train is moving. It's definitely active. Got a small emergency exit here. Let's go find somewhere to sit. We'll actually just walk through your train first, probably actually have a look at it whilst I'm here. So, snow-covered windows, that's quite nice actually. Once the train's in motion, that'll probably move across the window as well. That'll be quite interesting to keep an eye on as we move. So, yeah, so your coach class, again, I would not touch that drinking water to save my life. Next to the toilet, it's just, is it really clean water? I don't know. There you go, doors closing. Let's take a seat as we now depart Newark. Yeah, it's got some snow textures to it. Let's walk through the train. Like I said, enjoy this passenger run for a bit. I mean, I won't do the whole route, but we'll go to like a stop or two and just walk around, look around. So, normal coach class. Now in the dining car, which actually looks very much like an American diner. Yeah, I've never had an issue with the actual train modding themselves. The trains look good. Are they properly simulated? I don't know. I've never driven a train before. But it's not all bad. And of course, you've got the dining car. I can't actually enter the dining bits. Yeah, you can see you've got a till there. A coffee machine there. 2 ovens. And then just there's probably more microwaves, those. And then a few cupboards store stuff. Trash. And then just a cupboard probably for the cleaning supplies. So that was dining. End of session. Have I taken the train going the other way, out of New York, without realising it? Okay, so that was the train actually leaving New York, heading to the east without realising it. Sorry, to the west. And of course, because I'm smart, I don't know where I'm going. Right, well that was a passenger run, I guess. We'll do one more run, but... Right, this is the other thing. So if we go as a guy, we will go in rain. Spring rain, there we go. What other trains are in the sim? That's what I'm going to do now. So if we spawn up in Hunts Points, Harlem River Terminal, Fresh Pond Junction. There are a few junctions you can start at to get there, but we'll start at Fresh Pond Junction. And fingers crossed, if it's still there, I've just realised the time can be set to night time, that's fine. Let's see what we can drive in the this point. Because I remember, one thing I said at the start of the stream, one thing they talked about yesterday, does against the fact that there are no schedules for... Where are they? I can hear them, but I can't see them. There they are. You've got a couple heavy haul trains over here as well, freight trains. So if we give those a quick drive, quickly expand the screen. There we go. Let's go give these a drive. So up we go. Heads to the cab. And back into the classic CSX heavy haul train, which of course you also get the outfit suited as well. Your high-vis jackets, no hard hat. Is that no? That's not even me. Okay, right. So that is me, but because I don't have the right outfit, I've just got this generic guy here for now. But am I from Brazil? No, I'm from London, England. So let's turn the brakes off. Let's give these trains a quick drive. Again, I've just realised I'm way speeding. I don't know speed limits in this area. I should press the horn twice as well, because I'm leaving the area. And there we go, things should be alright. But yeah, it's just your standard heavy haul train. And train's not like any other train in the game where it's like simple, put the throttle up a tiny bit and the train will slowly go up. No, you've got 4 or 5 throttle points. Once you're going, you're going. So throttle 1 is what I want. That should hopefully just give me a decent speed. No, it won't. Idle, idle, idle. There we go, 10 miles per hour. No, throttle 1, that's up to 15, I believe. And so I guess it's kind of the best I'm going to do with. You guys know what I'm doing, but yeah, you got your standard heavy haul trains, and then there are different loads you can take later. Also got some over there. I won't go through it. You guys kind of get the basic drill. Likewise, if I go to the map, whenever you put your finger over a point, it now does actually show you like how it angles. So if you click on it, you can actually see it change, which is a nice addition from the guys. Gives you more of an idea what's going on. So yeah, that's your standard heavy haul trains. Whoops, on a quick game. But like I said, I'm going to do one more quick little run. I won't do a full route, maybe like 1 or 2 stations from Newark, which you can't mess up. Because that's what I've done basically in this entire stream, messed up these entire routes. Let's just go for a cloudy, windy day. Cloudy. Bit of wind. There we go. And we'll start it from Newark. I mean, I don't think there's any routes that start in the middle, so any like actual Washington, New York routes. Yeah, it has to be Washington or Boston. We'll do a morning one. Try dynamic brake. Good point, actually. I probably should have tried that. Anyways, if we go for, yeah, start at Washington to Boston, do from Newark, go to 1 or 2 stops, and I think I'll end the stream there. There you go, objective complete. So let's get going. Nope, on forward, not out. Brake is still active, that's why I'm not moving. Now we should be going. And again, you can't actually see the airport from here. You've got a control tower, but you can't actually go to the actual airfield and all that. A bit too far away, out of view. So if we go down the track a little bit, find a little vantage point. A few more trails inside the side of the track here. We're on this track. Let's watch train go past, shall we? South the Horn. And yeah, like I said, I think now's a good time to actually end the stream as we carry on going. I mean, we got a good view of the routes. We know what we're looking at. I still don't know what I'm doing when it comes to speeds and all that. Stuff I'm going to learn during my time with the simulator. But hey, it's New York, it's Northeast Corridor. What can I say, really? So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. If you'd like the video, do subscribe. It does help the channel out more than you can think it does. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon. So every Monday I'll be doing the missions, so do check it out as a series. And other than that, even if you're here for more than Train Sim World, if you're interested in like Flight Sim World on a Friday, if you're interested in FSX Wednesday, Railroads Tycoon, that's decent as well. Just check me out. Enjoy my channel, enjoy what the content is out there for you. But yeah, so I think now's a good time to end it as we leave Newark and head on our own routes. So, hope you enjoyed the live stream. Feel free to chat in the comments a little bit. I'll still be here for like another 10-15 minutes, just answer any questions you have. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. And of course, good night as well. It's now 9 PM in the UK.